Up here, the number 1 and 2 ranked teams after the ranking round for the recurve women's team gold medal match. India shot a 2-0-0-3 in the ranking round, coming out as the top seeds. Mexico a 1988 to come out second. We're doing a full presentation of the teams, even though there are some restrictions here in Guatemala. No crowds. They are introducing the teams out. Ankita Bakat line up with Komalika Bari and, of course, the famous Deepika Kumari for India. Kumari, the highest seed, ranked number 9 in the Indian team. And the Mexicans, well, they have a lineup of Alejandra Valencia, Aida Roman and Ana Vasquez. Lower ranked as a team overall, but a very strong contender here in Guatemala. Well, Nikki, as they get ready, do you have any thoughts about this particular match? Is it a one-sided affair? Are India the favourites here?
It's definitely going to be close, being the second versus the first seed. But I think with India coming through here without conceding even a point so far, I'd probably give them the advantage.
Yeah, strong nation in terms of archery, and it's a big sport in that country as well.
Oh, it's huge, absolutely massive following.
Well, it looks like we're ready to go for this recurve team match. As you can see, 3 members in each team. Both archers will shoot 2 arrows. And we have a set system here. Team India to get us underway. So shooting over 70 metres, the range here. A solid start for Ankita Bakat. Kumari anchoring the team for India. Compatriots Bakat and Bari have started very well, 2 9s. And the team captain gets a 10 for India. Great start there, Nikki.
Yeah, just what they wanted really coming into this match. It's, like you say, 70 metres. Anything in the gold really is, yeah, fantastic to start with.
Great start and response from the Mexicans. Well, brilliant grouping, and here is Aida Roman anchoring the Mexican teams, but of course they can change the order.
Yeah, they can. So they're going to shoot 1 arrow each, and then they're going to alternate with the other team. But they can change up their order at any time during the match. Sometimes you'll lead out with your strongest competitor, or finish with the strongest competitor.
Well, Roman putting that one into the 8, so all square at the moment. As the Indians stick with their order, it's Bakat here from West Bengal.
Really steady shooting in this opening set. They just look really comfortable, don't they, straight away in the arena?
Yeah, they certainly do. And, well, this arrow very important because it could pile an inordinate amount of pressure on the Mexicans just in this first set. Beautiful. So technically possible for Mexico to actually steal this set, but they need 3 10s.
think that was straight in there. I think it just disappeared between another arrow. Great start from the Mexican team. They've only got about 20 seconds an arrow, so they've got 2 minutes in total, and they've got to shoot all those arrows within that time. And again, beautiful grouping.
Well, Ida Roman steps up here, and they have a chance of stealing the points. A 10 will get Mexico off the mark against a very strong Indian team. She's put it into the 8 again. It's gone for a measure, but currently the Mexicans on 56 when they could have snatched it with a 10, and India get the set points. And Nikki, whilst they go and measure this, just explain how the set system works in team archery.
Yeah, so each end they're going to shoot 6 arrows per team. The highest scoring team is going to earn themselves 2 points for that set. If they happen to tie, they'll get 1 point each, and it's going to be the first to 5 in the team round. If they tie 5-all, we'll go to a 1 arrow shoot off. So each archer will shoot 1 arrow set. So, you know, anything is possible. It makes it really exciting every single end.
Yeah, it certainly does. Well, we've had the measure. We're just waiting for confirmation of the scores, but as you can see, Mexico stepping up to the line first for set number 2.
Really good opening again there from Mexico. First 2 archers putting all their arrows in the 10 so far. Ida was just going high right in the last end, high left in the last end, so let's see if she can make that correction now. Yes.
Perfecto indeed. Mexicans looking very strong.
Yeah, they are. They're a great team. Both these teams are very experienced.
And Kita back up, putting it into the 9. Silver medalist at the recent Asian Olympic qualifier, losing out to her teammate, Deepika Kumari, who shoots 3rd in this lineup after Komalika Bari.
Perhaps a little bit lower than we'd expect from these guys. You know, the conditions out here are really good. That middle arrow just dropping a little low in the 8. Perhaps just not enough pressure through the shot, something just a little bit soft maybe. Didn't see too much difference in the shot.
Potentially presents an opportunity. Alejandra Valencia putting it into the 8. Stops the 20-year-old Ana Vázquez. Man, very vocal, and that's another 10 for the Mexicans. Well, by my reckoning, a 9 would put this out of reach for India.
Yeah, if they can seal up now, then you know, level up 2-all. That'd be a good place for them to be right now.
Focus from Man, and it is a 9. So as you can see, that gives them 57 points, and even 3 10s from India won't match that. So these are practice shots effectively. Nikki, interesting point here. You know that the set's gone.
Yeah.
You've got to shoot your arrows. What's going through your mind?
I think sometimes it's just a case of, you know, try and get back into your routine, try and use these as arrows, you know, just to help you get some confidence, get yourself back in the 10. You know, they've just dropped out of the 10 on this end, a little bit low maybe, so they're just going to regather, you know, as a team, talk to each other, how are the conditions, is there anything that's changing? Doesn't seem to be. but they need to get themselves back where they were in this first set.
Solid shot from Bari, 19-year-old youngster in the team. I knew that was going to be a good shot, so 2 10s to finish off for India, plus a 9 gives them a 55. A good rehearsal for the next set, but those set points go to Mexico. Strong unit here, shooting 3 10s at the start. Really put some pressure on India straight away.
Yeah, definitely. India just seemed to dip down after that, so whether it affected them, we don't know, but all to play for with 2 apiece.
Focus on Alejandra Valencia's face, giving her teammate Ana Vázquez some confidence. There's the youngster Ankita Bakat, just 22 years old.
Disputando la medalla de oro en el arco recurvo femenino por equipos.
Well, they're just measuring this. Interesting to just to develop a little bit on the conversation about India and how big a sport archery is in that country. I mean, there is a lot of pressure on these teams, and a lot of pressure, particularly on Deepika Kumari.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we went out to the Commonwealth Games in Delhi back in 2010, and the support out there was absolutely incredible. I've never seen anything like it on the archery circuit. Just a huge following, lots of fans, lots of hugely interested people in these guys, and they're under exceptional pressure. For them it's like a national sport, and all eyes are on them.
All eyes are on them right now as we begin set number 3. Scores all square. India will shoot first.
I'm going to call it in. They've starred it, but I think that hit the line, and if they do touch the line, they will get the highest score. Same direction, high right. So I think they might be talking about the conditions. Is this something that might have taken the arrow up there?
So I think there was even a mention of wind, and it doesn't look at all breezy.
So last time they were all low, weren't they? And now they've gone high. Whether they just made some adjustments to their sights and just flipped and got the other way, maybe too much.
Very quick shot from Valencia.
10 a las 6, me da un clic abajo. Venga, bien trabajadito, fuerte y firme.
Ya sabes cómo, bonita, sólida hasta el final. Mantente firme hasta el final. Fuerte, sólida, sólida.
Fuerte, fuerte, manténlo.
Ahí, firme. Eso.
8.
Ida Rahman very vocal throughout that. She now steps up to the shooting line for her first arrow of the third set. She's up in the 9s, but you'll see that the second arrow for Mexico is marked with an asterisk as well, which means that will be measured. So 1 arrow from each team subject to a measure.
Yeah, can you notice on the string there's a little brass point which is between the lips there, so that's a kisser. So it can be used usually mostly between the lips like that is there, but there this rotation. See another archer, this is a different type. We've got plastic kisser and like a rubberized one here. So it's just another reference point, another way of telling you're in the right place.
Time. 3, 2, 1.
There wasn't left much time there, and that's the result. Comes away with a 9.
Yeah, I mean, they just needed a little bit more there. It's going to come down to some of these liners, so we're not quite sure what they need to chase just yet, but just keep them in the gold.
Very fast shots from Alejandro Valencia. Is that possibly to give the youngster in the team, Alan Vasquez, just a little bit more time to set up?
No, I mean, generally going to stick to your normal timing. With the recurvers, they're a bit quicker anyway, so you'd never change your routine for the team round unless you're on that last, and you've got to get the shot away, then that's a little bit different. But generally, you just want to stick to your normal pattern of your normal shots, and they do vary from people to people.
Well, that's a beauty, even with the potential 9 for India mark, the very first arrow mark with an asterisk going up to a 10. That looks to be out of reach. What a performance from Mexico here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're just a little bit tiny slow on that first end, weren't they? But they're really in the groove now. Aida, just as I say, struggled on that first end, a little bit high left for some reason. She's adjusted her sight now and they're really in there as a team.
There's that kisser that you're talking about, just resting between the lips as a reference point. That was that first arrow, subject to the measure. We get a great look down the arrow and bow for Deepika Kumari. Focus from Ida Rahman at the end, getting that 10. And the smile says it all. The measure is clearly going to be important. There's an air of relaxation. Both teams showing, that they're quite relaxed at the moment.
Yeah, certainly the Mexican team. Aida is always, having a laugh, having a giggle on the line, which is it's nice. It kind of breaks the tension sometimes, and that can be really helpful in these matches. To just break the pressure, make it feel a little bit more comfortable as a team. So, yeah, I think it's a good place for them to be.
It certainly is. After so long without any archery, making gold medal match very, very special. India, well, we talked about the pressure on them. They're trailing by 2 set points now. Mexico lead 4-2. This for the recurve women's team gold here at the first stage of the Honda Archery World Cup Series in Guatemala City.
What a great opening. That's what they needed right now. Got to put the pressure on.
थोड़ा सा बच गया नीचे का हल्का सा 9 हाँ 9.6
So they have to put the pressure on. That's a pretty good start. And the key thing here is that they have to win this set.
Yeah, absolutely. Even a split set is not enough, so 5 points wins you the match in the team round, so you've got to win this out.
Bien, bien. Venga, Pau. Trabaja tu tiro.
Venga, baby.
Fuerte y me mantengo.
Así, bien sólida, bonita. Firme. Tú puedes, venga. Grande, crece. Tú puedes. Eso.
We'll shift it over to the right. Again, what might be the reason for that? Sometimes the bow arm might be a tiny bit soft, but we're not really seeing any difference in these shots, so I don't think the conditions are changing for them. That's really opened the door for India to come back.
Yeah, it certainly has. Dropped 3 points to India's score. Happy with that one. Oh, that's close though.
I'm calling it in. I think that was on the line.
It's a 9 with an asterisk, which means it will go to a measure. As Nicky says, it touches the line, get marked up.
ऊपर 9
9.
ठीक है come on
Well, a 10 here would put this set out of reach. Even if that 9 remains a 9. It's a 9, so now the measure becomes important. If it gets marked up to a 10, well, there's nothing Mexico can do, but we're not going to know that until the Mexicans have shot their final 3 arrows, and up steps Alejandra Valencia.
Another 9 still over to the right again. They've just got to get back into the groove now.
Yeah, they have to shoot 10s here.
8.
I'm afraid not good enough for this set. It's drifted away from the Mexicans. What more could you ask for, though? Waited so long for archery to return, and now we're going to have a 5th set with both teams level of 4 points each. Intriguing match. The Mexicans came out strongly, but bit by bit Indians have fought their way back into this. All square of 4 apiece after 4 sets. I'm going to go back to the pressure that are on the Indians and how important the sport is. Well, first question, I'm not going to let this one go, Nicky. You mentioned Delhi and that you went out there and the crowds were incredible. You did all right, didn't you?
Yeah, I did okay. A couple of gold medals were brought back, which was amazing. Absolutely incredible event, and it couldn't have gone any better for me, really.
Well, fabulous, congratulations. Like getting a Commonwealth medal, especially if you get 2 of them and they're both gold. That's fantastic. But it's key that we talk about India because you know, they have qualified some archers for the Olympic Games, but only 1 female archer.
Yep, that's my understanding. They've got 1 female spot at the moment, so they've got to have another opportunity. There's 1 more qualifier before the Olympics, so they'll really be looking to, you know, get that full female quota at that tournament in July.
Yeah. There is 1 other Olympic qualifier for European athletes, Natalia. But if you're outside Europe, just the final qualifier, which coincides with the 3rd stage of the Hyundai Archery World Cup in Paris. The Mexicans have also qualified a couple of archers as well, 1 man, 1 woman. So all square, all tied, and we will go to a shoot-off here. Targets being cleared off, and well, Nicky, how does a shoot-off work in recurve team events?
Yep, so each archer is now going to shoot 1 arrow, and we're going to go off score. You know, the highest score will be the winner. If they both tie with the same score, then it will be the closest arrow to the middle.
So you need to keep an eye on both the score and who's shot closest to the spider. Bit sort of like a half set, if you like, just 1 arrow each archer. Deepika Kumari, the most experienced on the Indian team. Arguably a superstar in India as well, and superstar of a Netflix series about ladies first, ladies sport, featured by or featured with Deepika Kumari in a story of rags to riches through archery.
Yeah, definitely. She's really come through the ranks in India, and just, you know, to win the Commonwealth Games herself at, I think, either 15 or 16 years old she was at the time, and she talked about back then it was just easy. There was nothing to worry about. She just went out there, enjoyed herself, and I know she's been working hard on a mental game through the pandemic, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see now with the pressure on if those new techniques are working.
Yeah. Certainly is. The Mexicans taking a very relaxed approach to it, which is their way. Kumari trying to keep a level of high spirits on the Indian side, but they can see there's just a little bit more, I don't want to call it tension, but seriousness to their game. Nikita Bhakat steps up first for India. A lot of pressure on the 22-year-old and a lot of vocal support from her teammates. 9. It's not a bad start. Alejandra Valencia do. Matched. Now 19-year-old Kabari. Drifted out into the 8. Mini opportunity here for the Mexicans. Ana Vasquez steps up. And how much pressure she's feeling.
Yeah, you can see that deep exhalation there. Couldn't you, just trying to calm her nerves before the shot?
Quick shot, and look at that, a 10 and a fist bump. Huge pressure now on Deepika Kumari and the Indian teams. Not only does she need to shoot a 10 in my book, but she needs to shoot a 10 that's closer to the spider. That is a cracker. 27 points for the Indians. So a 9 is enough for Aida Rahman to take this from Mexico. But she has shot a few 8s in this match.
Yeah, we have seen some, so she's got to keep this nice and solid.
Quick release again. That's drifted out into the 7. And wow, unbelievable. India taking this one with, well, what has to be classed as a little bit of an error from Aida Rahman.
Yeah, what a shame. It just went out wide, didn't it, to the left. She's not really sure why. They're discussing it right now, but that final arrow from Deepak, I mean, she did exactly what you asked her right there, didn't she?
Yeah, absolutely. She needed to put it in the 10. She needed to get it close to the centre just in case we went to a tied score, but India have done it in the shoot-off on score alone. 27 plays 26. India take the recurve women's team gold here in Guatemala. Well, incredible match, actually. A great way to start Recurve Sunday, I'd say. It looked like India were just going to be dominant right from the start, coming out of the block super fast, going 2-0 up. Only for the Mexicans to show what they're made of in the next 2 sets.
Yeah, it swung both ways, didn't it, throughout the match? Like I've said from the beginning, it was going to be tight. These seeds 1 and 2 in the women's division. So, yeah, what a great match. And it was nail-biting to the final arrow.
Yeah, back and forth, but it'll be good news in India, and we all know they need some good news at the moment. Congratulations to Ankita Bakat, Deepika Kumari and Kamalika Bari. They've taken gold here in Guatemala.